Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys on how to draft a bustier pattern. This pattern is beginner friendly, and if you know you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. So guys, I've already ruled out my armhole, my bust point, my underbust, my full measurement plus 1 inch allowance. What you're seeing me take now is my bust band measurement, which is my nipple to nipple, which is 4 inches. I'm just going to rule a straight line from my armhole line to the full measurement, which you see me do. Now next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take 1/2 inch towards my middle part and 1.5 towards my armhole. I'm going to my bust point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and then I'm still going to take that measurement I took at the allowance at my under bust. I'm just going to rule a straight line to meet it over there. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to connect a curved line from that 1 inch from my bust point to my under bust. And I'm just going to go over to the other side and repeat the same thing. Now because this bustier is a sleeveless, I'm going to measure where I want my dress to actually start, and I need it at 7 inches, so I'm just going to rule a 7-inch mark there. Now I'm going to impute the same 4 inches bust band I took. I'm just going to put it there, and then I'm going to connect the lines. Now I'm going to take 0.75 on each side for my bust tightening, and I'm just going to come up from my bust point by 1 inch and connect those lines with a curved line. So for the sweetheart neck, you're going to decide how deep you want it. I want mine to be 8 inches, so I'm just going to connect those points with a curved line. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to take my horizontal measurement for my bust at my armhole, and then I'm going to take my waist measurement. Don't forget the 2 inches that line you took, and then extra 1 inch allowance. I'm going to repeat the same thing for my bust. I'm going to take those that we took there, measure it, I'm going to impute it back, and I'm going to add 1 inch allowance for sewing. I'm going to connect those points using my ruler, just like so. And then next thing we're going to do now, just for the beginners, I'm going to impute my neck measurement, 3 inches width and 3 inches depth, and I'm going to curve it. I'm going to slant my shoulders by 1 inch, and I'm going to connect the line together. And next thing we're going to do is to form our armhole. I'm going to measure my remaining armhole, the middle part 3.5 inches. I'm going to come in by 1/2 inch. I'm going to connect a line to that 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to form a curve towards my armhole, like you see me do, just like that. Yes. So this part is not hard. This part is just for the beginners, and we have basically created a basic body. So the up part is a yoke because I'm cutting mine. So in case you want to add a different, maybe a lace to it, that part is the yoke. But for me now, I'm going to form a curve to the top side I have just made, like you see me do. I'm just going to slant it in and then curve it down towards my armhole, like you see me do. So guys, I'm just going to come in and shade out the hash lines, and I'm going to shade out the part where we're going to cut so you don't get confused. And this is my side front, this is my center front. The center front you're going to be cutting on fold, and I'm just adding 1/2 inch allowance labeling for the beginners, so they're going to know where they're going to add 1/2 inch for your sewing allowance. So I believe by now, if you're a beginner, you can see that this is very easy to draft and cut out. Now when you cut out your the two sides that forms the bustier. Please don't forget, when you are sewing them together, the two bust points must match and the two under bust must match. Now if they are not matching together, that means your this thing bustier is going to come out looking very funny. So this is the front pattern. I'm sorry I didn't know the yoke wasn't showing, but yeah, that's it. So guys, for the back, I'm just adding my bust band at my bust point and at the end of my dress, and I went up at my bust point by 1 inch, and I also put in my 4-inch bust band measurement, and I'm connecting the lines together. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take 1/2 inch on each side, and I'm just going to connect them to that 1 inch above the bust point. So I'm just going to impute my horizontal measurement, my bust measurement, and my waist measurement. I'm going to impute the 1 inch allowance I have just taken, and then I'm going to put my 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'm going to repeat the same thing for my bust measurement plus your 1 inch allowance. Now next thing I'm going to do is to connect the lines together like you see me do. Now I'm going up again to measure where I want the back to stop, and I remembered for the front so 7 inches, so I just took 7 inches for the back and I just squared the line out. And the next thing we are going to do now is I'm just going to form the neckline again. This is just for beginners. I took 1.5 inch depth and 3 inches width, and I'm just going to connect those lines with a curve. I'm going to slant my shoulders by 1 inch. I'm going to connect the line, and I'm going to form my armhole 3.5 inches. There's no need to take in 1/2 inch because this is the back. So I'm just going to connect with a curve. Now for the back, our clothes is not complete, so I forgot that I was supposed to start from 8 inches. So I'm just going to cancel out the 7 inches. Sorry guys. So we are going to start from that 8 inches. I'm going to go over to the 8 inches and come down by 1/2 inch because I want the back to kind of be slanted a little bit. So I'm just going to come in with my ruler and just slant it from that armhole, that 8 inches at the arm. I'm just going to slant it towards the 1/2 inch I have taken at the zip allowance area. So I wanted to do something like a freehand, but it wasn't happening, so I just decided to do my straight ruling. So now, because I'm not making a full dress, I'm going to increase that my 4-inch line towards the starting of the back, and I'm going to take 0.25 on each side. This is just to tighten the back a little bit for me. Yeah, so I'm just going to connect it back towards the 1/2 inch at the base, and I'm just going to shade out the part where we're going to cut. And for those who want to add yoke again, I just did a freehand design. This is like the reigning freehand design most people are using. You're just going to measure out how wide you want I think is a keyhole to be, and you're just going to do that. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to again label it for beginners, my zip allowance 1/2 inch, the areas where I'm going to add 1/2 inch sewing allowance, and the areas that already have 1 inch sewing allowance, and that one is towards the lower part of the dress. So guys, this is the back pattern. I'm sorry I couldn't record where I was cutting. I did not know my stuff had stopped recording. So this is it. This is the side back, and as you can see, it matches perfectly if you get your measurements correctly and you do this correctly. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was very simple. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you so much.